new to investing and want to simply start to improve your financial knowledge, will hope you're in the right place. Because the one thing we don't teach people is about financial products, financial well-being is considered taboo or diffused and discussed. So hopefully you're taking the right steps. My name is Dave and I work in financial services, and I teach people about how they access their pension, shall we say, private or workplace, or some complete inertia. So the aim of the videos in the blog, shall we say, moneyminted.co.uk, is to improve people's financial knowledge. I've applied these principles to become a millionaire in my early 50s. So let's get into this later video. Now, it's not to boast or brag or say, look at me, but to give people hope. If I can build a sizable portfolio, you can too. If you invest long term and you, shall we say, invest within Tax River. This video is about my stocks and shares ISA for December 2025 review. So what are the aims? Well, we were looking for the annual growth of 10%, annual dividend of £5,000, and a year-end value of £153,000. We started a month at 177,726 and we finished at £180,645. So in the month, a profit of £2,919. Year to date during 2025, a very nice return of 34%. So well better than expectations. We put contribution in the month of nearly £1,000. And during the tax year, we paid in £6,500, but during 2025, we put in £16,500. One provider charges monthly fees of nearly £22 based on a percentage of the funds held and the shares from the portfolio. So as the fund goes up, our fees will go up. Where are we based? Well, predominantly in UK and Europe, 53%, USA and Americas, 36%, and emerging markets, 11%. Now we have received some good dividend a month. Total dividend in the month, look at the following graphic, of £234.74. Year to date, £4,917. A yield of 4.9%, so just shy of our target of £5,000. But it just goes to show we've made, shall we say, £500 a month in dividends. So where have we received the dividends? Well, Card Factory gave us £53.47. We reinvested in 73 new shares at a cost of £1.50, shall we say, dividend reinvestment. HSBC gave a quarterly dividend of nearly £42. Again, 3 new shares, done reinvestment. And Sainsbury's gave us a nice dividend of £139, 42 new shares, but it did include an uplift through a special dividend. So some very nice dividends during the month, and all reinvested, shall we say, to increase future dividends in later years. Now let's dive in, shall we say, into the funds and portfolio. Now the funds in the portfolio, mainly through the shares, are what we call long-term buyers. So we see no room to sell in the short term. I can't remember last time I actually sold a share. Somewhat different to the funds because we're trying to, shall we say, simplify our funds. So we'll do our funds first. So where are we invested? Well, we've got 52% of our funds, 93% of our portfolio, 5 in profit, 3 in loss. Our largest holding is a Fidelity World Index Fund. We just switch off very low fees, 0.12%, owned in our fifth valuation. Given an annual return of 11%, but we put into the month 1451. So our total holding is now £28,500, 16% of the portfolio. We own a passive ventures tracker fund within our, shall we say, platform provider, £28,000. It's now our second largest holding. 15.5%, slightly higher fees, but it was done for diversification. We just switch off, again, nice yield around 9, nice performance about 10% a year, but it was done, shall we say, to diversify. We own an LNG technology fund, £22,000, 12% of our portfolio, had a very good run during the year, shall we say, for the Magazine 7s. Slightly higher fees of 0.3%, but own, shall we say, a large selection of companies, around about 250 companies, predominantly US based. 2 shares that have struggled, or funds that have struggled, is a Fidelity China Fund, nearly £3,000, 1.61%, and an Emerging Markets Fund, £475, 0.27%. Now we have reduced it, shall we say, the month. Hopefully back in profit. We will reduce that share completely to simplify. We're paying excess fees and we'll put that money into a passive fund. We've got a Russia fund, has struggled, shall we say, since the conflict. We put £500 in, it was worth £600 plus, now at £300, but it makes up 0.17% of the portfolio. But it just goes to show you're not going to get every decision right. Only two funds have put money aside as a ring fence. We didn't want to add to existing holdings, we've done it for a reason. We put £3,000 in an S&P 500 fund. It's now worth 3840, but 2.1% of our portfolio. Very good results, I would say, during the year. And an FT All World Share Index fund. £6,700, 3.7 of portfolio. Again, just switch off. But we've done it because we didn't want to add our existing holdings. Remember that my own personal opinions. If you like videos, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Now let's look at the shares held within the portfolio. At the moment we own 10 shares, all in profit. £87,500. 48% of the portfolio, of which 44% in the FTSE 100 and 4% in the FTSE 250. So where are we held? Well, our largest share is Lloyd's. 21,000 shares, nearly £21,000, 11%. It's reached, shall we say, the magical £1 a share. It took some time to get there, but it just goes to show, shall we say, long-term investing pays off. And it does pay nice dividends, hopefully some very good results next month in February. We own two insurance companies, Aviva, 2,200 shares, £14,000, 7% of our portfolio, but a nice yield around about 6.7%. We own L&G, 5,601 shares, £14,500, 8% of our portfolio, but again a very nice yield of around about 8-9%. We also own, shall we say, NatWest, a very good result last year, well up over 50% as a share. 1,282 shares, £8,500, 4.6% of the portfolio, but it just goes to show it's no longer owned by the government, the shackles are off, it's got a free range, but a very nice yield of around about 4.5%. We own Barclays, 1,699 shares, £8,000, nearly 5% of the portfolio, again, very nice yield, around about 4.5%, and hopefully, again, very nice results in February. Now, away from the UK banks, we own HSBC, 561 shares, £6,500, 3% of the portfolio, has struggled, shall we say, in China, but shall we say, a major player across global banks, and it does pay a nice quarter dividend as we found out this month. Now, away from the banks, we own AJ Bell, the platform provider, 991 shares, £4,300, 2.4%. Is seen as a growth company, shall we say. It has struggled during the month, but results were very good, trading was good, and it will pay us a nice dividend early February. We own Phoenix Group, the pension provider. It's what we know about, but they own numerous companies in the UK, such as Standard Life, shall we say, to name a few. 688 shares, £5,100, nearly 3% of the portfolio, but a very nice yield of 10%. One company that struggled recently, though, is Card Factory, 4,187 shares, nearly £3,000, 1.57%. Has struggled, shall we say, to get a profit warning, but it is still cash rich, it is paid everything, it still is opening new stores, shall we say, and expanding online presence. But it has struggled, shall we say, from recent trading, but it is making a nice profit. And then finally, Sainsbury's, 965 shares, £3,200, nearly 2% of our portfolio. Very good trading still over Christmas, but it has struggled, shall we say, with August. But as we found out, a very nice yield and a dividend paid in a month, but it is some kind of price war. So we've got some nice, shall we say, shares, all big name players in the UK, all long-term holds, been there for many years, will be in future. But one or two have struggled, AJ Bell, Card Factory, but hopefully the next few weeks we'll have some very good results from the banking sector and some very nice dividends. We've hopefully beat up a portfolio this year, 10% also, but you're not going to get everything right. But it just goes to show, if you think long term, invest on a regular basis, with a tax wrapper and reinvest your dividends, you can build a sizable portfolio too. If you like the videos, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, look at the blog, and we'll see you again in the next video.